What's going on, family? Welcome to the stream. Wednesday, the 1st of July. We survived all of June, baby. We survived all of June. We didn't blow up a single account. It's a pretty good feeling. Kept both accounts over 1 month. So, so at least what I can say for a fact is that our rotation system works, right? So that's pretty cool. At least I think it's cool. But yeah, let's mark up our previous day levels, right? And hopefully we have a good session today, We'll see how it goes. Do need to unlock these. But yeah, what's going on? Let me know if you are in stream, or let me know if you are in the chat. Give me a shout, let me know where you are streaming from, or where you are rewatching the stream from. Got a little liquid DNB going on for today's stream just to put us in the mood. But yeah, this is gonna be our previous day value area high. Yep. This is gonna be our previous day point of control. Yeah. Previous day POC. And that's gonna be our previous day value area low, right? Just make sure we're at the bottom of that volume profile. Previous day value area low. Let's just double check the values. Make sure we set them correctly. Yeah, we're 12 minutes away from open, so sit tight. Hopefully today, I think hopefully today we have a good day, man. I mean, it just has to be better than yesterday, even if it's just slightly better than yesterday. That would still be somewhat of an improvement. I mean, my value levels were a little skew, but I have them on now. There we go. Yeah, let's lock them in. Lock. So that's our previous day value. Should probably put them on yeah, let's put them on our trade C as well. 566.50. $566.50. Okay. And point of control, just double checking. 555.25. $555.25. And our previous day value area low. $531.25. 5:20, 5:31, 25. 10 minutes away from the open. Don't make any sudden movements. Don't do anything silly. Okay, so that's our previous day values set. It does look like we're going to open inside value. Switch on our extended session and let's have a look at our overnight volume profile. Okay, well, obviously we'll set this once it's locked in, so we have another 10 or so minutes, but yeah, pretty D-shaped. That's where our point of control is gonna go. Overnight point of control is below previous day value, so I mean, let's see if we can't open outside of previous day value area high, previous day point of control, previous day value area low. If we can't open outside of previous day value and then rotate back inside, I think we could, play out we could have another Dalton play possibly. Still, I mean, I guess we'd be looking at something like this. 5:31 to 5:55. Some pretty tight stops. Not like extremely tight, but bottom of this would be some form of liquidity. So you could go for 1-1 to risk 24 points. Try to get 24 points out of that. But we would need to see if we do open outside, that is. Failure of which, even if we do open within previous day value, we just need to see how the value area low holds, right? So we just need to watch how value develops around this. Obviously, we're going to be using the CVD on the right. We're also going to be watching the delta on the volume profile. So the numbers at the bottom, of course, with the aid of big trades and also the little help of our view app tool over here. So at least that's going to be within the first hour. So nothing much we can do right now. Nothing much we can do about this right now. Let's have a look at our composite volume profile and and where we are in relation to the last 20 days of volume. If you need help? Okay. So what does it look like? Okay, so we've been migrating higher, right? So today's Wednesday. We haven't actually formed the volume profile yet. This is gonna form right at New York Open. So this is Monday, the 29th. That was yesterday's volume profile. This was Friday's. As you can see, we were pretty horizontal. We were moving pretty sideways from here to around about here. All right. This was pretty much the range. I'm gonna set this as a default, to be honest, because say defaults. I just prefer this color. But this was our range, right? We were between this 509, 371 ish. It's like pretty rough estimate. But basically, as you can see, we're just like moving sideways, right? And then Monday, 29th. Then on Monday, we kind of broke out of that, right? Broke that value area high from Friday. Closed outside of it. And then yesterday, Tuesday, we did the same thing, broke outside that value area high. So possibly we could be looking at some up moves today. Maybe, depends. If we can get to the other side of this value area high, then possibly maybe, we'd be targeting that composite value area high, which is quite far though. I ain't gonna lie to you. We are also kind of at the point of control, so below the point of control right now, which is 547, right? 547. Let's get a more accurate Yeah, 547.25. So we will watch 547.25. Also, just have it as a mental note to see what we do around that level. 547.25 is around about here. All right, so if we can break above these overnight highs, then but essentially what we would want to see is if we do open within value, right? Coming back to it, if we open within value, within previous day value, and we make our way towards the previous day point of control, we will watch where the 547 holds, right? The 547 can hold, and then that full rotation up to the previous day value area high would be on, and then it looks like we could be migrating to value area high, right? But of course, just use your discretion, right? Because this is a pretty lengthy move. This is about what? I don't need to calculate it. Where are you? Where's my range tool? There we go. So from like 648 to, from the point of control to that value area high, 101 points. It's kind of a lot. So, but that's possibly in play. But possibly in play only after we manage to break above this value area, But since we did open, it does look like we're gonna open within value. I wouldn't be too shocked if, today, if we just rotate between these two levels, right? So 531, 567, value area low, value area high, value area high, value area low. Addendum until price decides to break outside of this range. That's what we're going to be watching today. Yeah. Again, it's not to say that we don't have a potential down move. If we do break lower, maybe 505. Maybe. So we'll watch it. We'll watch it and see how price develops. Whoa. We'll watch it and see how price develops over the next 15 minutes. Yeah. I really hope I don't get copyright strikes for the music today, because I kind of like it. All right. Don't make any sudden movements. You don't have to get into the market immediately on open. You can wait. So practice a little restraint. Also, what I learned yesterday is that we will get opportunities. That's one thing for sure. Might not be on the first one, but the market will present us with different opportunities and stuff. But yeah. 929. So officially our Globix levels should be set now. We should be able to mark these out. Yeah, we should be able to mark out our Globix levels now. Or maybe not. Just wait for that to finish, I guess. Yeah, but we should be done. We should be good. Overnight value area low, we'll put it at 52425. That's the belt. 52425 overnight value area low. Five two four two five Ali. So immediately went to it. And what's up, point of control? Point of control is 528. Turn. Oh. 528. And what's that overnight value area high? Not too shocked at this anymore, to be honest. Especially around open, it seems to always kind of seem to have like this problem with motive wave where it disconnects in the first 5-10 minutes, 15-30 maybe even sometimes. So I'm not too shocked, to be honest. This is our overnight value high. $537.75. $537.75. All right, well, let's go. That's gonna be it from I mean, can this be tighter? I feel like our overnight value low can be somewhat tighter though. Let's see. It's locked. Yeah, it's better. 524.50. Not that it matters much. I mean, we're somewhat below it now. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it from our overnight session. Let's remove the extended session now and focus purely on price action for the current session. Clean break outside of the previous day value area low though. Like right from the open, you see that? Rejected that, obviously rejected the overnight value area low. Just move it slightly to the side so that we can, so that I can see what's actually going on both charts without having to alt tab all the time. You know what I mean? So. There we go. I think everything should be on. Overnight high low close, VWAP, big trades. What else do we have? Yeah. Yeah, we're not matching just as of yet on the volume, well, on motor wave. So it's all right, only 5 minutes in. Jeez, I feel like this monitor is gonna fall. Anyway. So yeah, so let's watch 505. Remember I did say 505 would be the let me show you. 505 was the value area high of this profile. Where was it? Yeah, of this profile, right? So 505. That's the value area high from Monday. All right. Now let's just watch that. Let's just watch how we react around 505. Do we accept within 505 or not? You know, do we reject that or not? But yeah, as far I'm being rage baited, I swear. Just watching to see also how this delta shifts, yeah, from if you watch, just like to explain it again, I did explain it yesterday on stream, but you know what we're going to be watching as well is we're going to be watching how this delta shifts. Okay, this negative number over here, this number, it's not called a negative number because it can change from negative to positive, from positive to negative, right? So essentially how we're working this out is we're going, yeah, I have like 8 minutes, I can explain this. What do I want to use? A note? Yeah, let's use a note. Okay, so repeat this. How we're getting this delta, right, is we're going asks minus bids. Okay, where are our asks? Our ask is on the right side, our bid is on the left side. Okay, so every time price goes higher, it's because price is hitting the ask. These market participants are going from wherever they are and they're hitting the ask basically. Okay, that's how price moves higher. And for price to move lower, price has to hit the bid. Okay, so your bids are essentially, your bids are what is making price go lower. Okay, because if I put in a bid offer at 506, right? If I put in a bid offer at 506, what I'm saying essentially is I want to buy at 506. Okay, just think of it like just in the sense of in any auction, you wouldn't want to buy higher, right? You'd want to buy lower. So you know, so when you want to buy, you're putting your offer on the bid side. Okay, and then a seller has to cross to meet your offer. You get me? For whatever reasons that they have. It could be for whatever reason, hedging reasons, whatever. It can be for anything. Okay, but that's essentially how we get. This is how we get our. This is how we get our delta. Okay, we're subtracting the R side, which is the buys. Okay, minus the bids. All right. So obviously, if the R side is less than the bid side, then what you're gonna have is you're gonna get a negative number. You get it? If this first number is smaller than the second number, then you're gonna get a negative number. Make sense? Like 5 is smaller than 6, so 5 minus 6 is gonna be negative 1. 8 is smaller than 12, so if there's 8 on the R side and then there's 12 on the bid side, 8 minus 12 is gonna give you negative 4. Okay. that's how we're going to determine who's in control of the auction at different points, you know, at different points. Yeah, it's a bit nerdy. You don't really need it, to be honest. You don't really need it. I use it because it makes sense to me. That's basically, I don't know how else to explain it. If I actually show you, I'm gonna switch something on here. Just noticing it's not saved. If I come to where I get this, which is candle totals, it was switched on. It's just the colors matching the color of the charts. So okay. So as you can see, what are we looking at now? Remember what I showed you here on the DOM? Bid side, left side, ask side, right side. So bid, left side, ask, right side. Okay. And how do we get our delta? We go ask minus bid. Okay. This is measured in percentages. So 49% is on the ask side, 50.75% is on the bid side, which is the reason why our delta is negative. Make sense? Don't make sense, don't worry. Don't think about it too much. But yeah, here we go. We are at our VWAP. I do want to check if we have any news, or any calendar events, because I don't want to be blindsided. Excuse me. I mean, PMI in 17 minutes. I've never really seen the impact of it. So PMI at 10 a.m. EST. That's the only red folder event. Nothing else. Just PMI. Yeah, so I'm just gonna treat it like a regular day. I mean, to be safe, we could wait till 10. Either way, it does look like we are gonna have to wait. Like, yeah, sure, price is above our VWAP now. Now VWAP's at 516. If we can hold above 516 and claim inside the overnight value area low, maybe we could look at a long from overnight value area low, you know. Yeah, 524.50 possibly. We could look at a long and see if we can hold that. Maybe we put our stop at 516, you know. That's one long idea. So going long from overnight value area low, 524.50, you know. I'm gonna put that in now. Let's front run that a little. Yeah. We'll just watch how the delta shifts as well, you know. We're at negative 1,400 if if we get an increase in delta. So if we get an increase in delta from a negative number, right, it means that our delta is gonna go from a negative number to a positive number. Okay, so think of it like this. Make sure you guys can see me first place. Okay, so think of it like this is your base, this is your 0, right? This is your negative over here. So if we go from negative delta to positive delta, that's an increase in delta, right? If we go from positive delta to negative delta, that's a decrease in delta. Make sense? I just don't want to, yeah, I just don't want to assume that like it makes sense to everybody when it quite possibly doesn't. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, so. Our trading window is officially open. If we can break above this value area high, yeah, we're almost at our entry. Our stop will go at the other side of this volume profile, 508. Also watching the delta. You know, we would want to see once we get into that entry, if we do get tagged into it, we would want to see the delta shift from negative to positive. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a pretty wide stop, but we do have some confluences. That's our VWAP. We did break above our VWAP. Yeah, not really a clean, I guess we did get that rejection of 505, which is Monday's value area, right? So, you know, that's kind of confirmation enough that we don't want to be there within, at least right now, that's what it looks like. Just kind of getting an early gauge on the market, you know, and also we're above the New York VWAP right now. So if we can sustain that, you know, I wouldn't want to put, yeah, I guess like safer place to put your stop would be at the POC, but I don't want to get a tag in and then back to the POC and then and then it goes in the direction either way. So I'll just put my stop at 505 and we'll manage the trade using delta. Okay, so if we start getting more negative delta, then you know, shit, basically. Oh yeah, looks like we're gonna get tagged in here. Also just watch the CVD on the right over here, you know. Just want to see confirmation of buying pressure, you know what I mean? Like we got one big candle over here, you know. So we want to see consecutive delta, positive delta candles over here, you know. Alternatively, I mean, like a retest to the POC as an entry wouldn't be a bad idea if you're looking for, I guess, a more conservative approach. I guess a more less aggressive entry. That could be one way to do it. You time that, you know, maybe buy limit on the PLC. Yeah. Yeah, but like there's quite step in of like Salah's stepped in there. At least that's what it looks like on the Delta. But you know, our motive wave is always like a couple of seconds behind, so anyway, that's our entry. Stop's gonna go at 505.75. Yeah. Overnight point of control. See how our delta shifted. You know, it was at negative 500, negative whatever. Now it's in the negative thousands. If we can get into like the hundreds, that'd be great. You know, if we can break above that overnight point of control, that would even be more fantastic. If we can break past that into a previous day value area low, that would even be sweeter. You know. But yeah, let's watch that. The thing that gave me, I guess, my thesis for entering that trade was just the value, not the value area low, but the VWAP. You know, the break of the VWAP and holding above the VWAP. And we opened kind of below it, and then we broke above it. You know, slight retest, break above it, break above the value area high, which can still be retested, not denying that. You know. And then also just, you know, now we're rotating inside value. So at the very least, you know, now that we're at the overnight point of control, can we make our way to the overnight value area high, which would just basically be a sweep of from value area to value area, right? If we can get that continuation from value area low to value area high, at value area high, we are also within the previous day value area low, right? So if we can close inside the previous day value area low, then then we could possibly Dalton, you know what I mean? So it's kind of my thinking behind, that's my thesis behind this trade at the very least. So yeah, we'll see if we can get to the previous day point of control, because that's where we were. We are still pretty early in the session, so no need to make any sudden movements. But yeah, but this is gonna be important to see. Can we close inside previous day value area? You know, or do we reject it? You know, which would suck. But we're gonna be watching again. We're watching our delta here, right? I'm watching our delta. We see our delta pick up. That's not too good for us, but pick up. I mean, if we see our delta drop, right, from the negative 800s and it drops to negative 1,000, negative 2,000, negative 3,000, then our trade idea is pretty dead, because it means that like sellers have stepped in and sellers have taken control of the auction, right? But just watching it, if we can close inside, if we can get back positive with our delta, you know, see our delta is going up now, 600s, etc. So let's just watch it, and we'll manage it from, you know, as I was saying, we'll manage the trade using delta, you know. We'll manage it using delta. You look very smart. Mila when? And now? Licheke kwenye napana kumbe tuzana ile tuckshop lana saziyeki tuzana ile tuckshop lapha pana anifukobisa What are you looking for? Your phone. On the couch. On the couch. Also into your room, so maybe in there. Alright, boys, what do we have going on? Yeah, so I mean, our delta shifted into it's green now, you know, from negative, so looks like we called it pretty clean from the overnight value area low, you know. So now that we've had that break inside previous day value, right, now what we want to see is we want to see if it can hold, right? That's what we want to see. We want to see we've got the break above previous day value area low. Let me draw it out for you. Let me draw it out for you so you see it over here. Let's just see what it is that we're going for. So yeah, so what? We got our entry here, right? Our stop is here. We're targeting previous day value area. And I guess if you want to move up, you can move up like that. We're targeting previous day value area high, which is some ways up, yeah. But yeah, so far so good. I think we've got our base hit for the day. To be honest, we could call it a day here, but yeah. So essentially, basically what I was saying is, you okay? What I was saying was, okay, now that we got the break above overnight value area low, cool. We came back inside, we retested our overnight point of control, which if you've been on stream before, if you've seen me trade before, you know that that's typically like my A+ setup, you know. Overnight point of control long, right? We just got it a little early. We had an opportunity to get a better entry, which is a break of overnight value area low. Okay, now that we got that, and then we came to the previous day value area low. All right, got a break of previous day value area low, got a retest of it. Well, not really, we haven't really got a retest of it, but what we want to see, what we need to see is, we need to see this value area hold. Our delta is also kind of shifting negative now, so it's not too exciting for the boys. But for us to get this continuation move higher, right, we do need to see that this previous day value area low holds. So it's not too bad of a thing for price to come back and retest that. You know, if we can get a retest and we get a retest, and then we see and we get evidence, we get proof that there are buyers who are there who are protecting that level, and then we have a good chance of now then rotating higher and going to the previous day point of control. You know, we also do need a break above this overnight value area high, because failure of which, what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate and come back to the overnight value area low. You get it? So that's kind of what we have right now. Like, as far as like the knife fight that we could potentially see, it's either we can't break this overnight value area high and we break through this previous day value area low, right? Or buyers step in at this previous day value area low, or buyers step in at the overnight value area high, right? So again, it's why we're going to be watching our delta, right? We see our delta shift and it gets to like the low hundreds, you know, maybe say lower than 500, lower than 400. We start getting negative, then this move is kind of pretty much dead, you know. But if we can maintain positive delta, then we can just hold. You know, we're just trusting. We're trusting the math, right? We're trusting the math. You know, we're trusting market math. It's not just like set buyers minus sellers or whatever. But it's the active number of participants, right? Which is why we have our CVD as well. You know, so we can try and spot moves that look like exhaustion or moves that look like absorption, you know. But again, watching our delta over here, you know. So yeah. Since we are already inside previous day value area low, right? We do have a good chance of rotating within previous day value area low and going to the other side of it, you know, which is what we're giving a try now. You know, the only level that's kind of holding us back right now is the overnight value area high, you know. So if we can see a strong presence of buyers at this level now, you know, we're gonna hold price above this overnight value area high. Overnight value area high is what, 538.50. You know, that's kind of what we're looking at right now, you know, which is our base hit. To be honest, I mean, we could take this and call it a day right now, but you know, let's see it play out. You know, I'd like to see it play out. You know, also considering that we haven't actually had any change, anything that would suggest that like, oh, sellers have, that buyers don't have control, just as of yet, at least. So we'll see. What are you looking for? Are you gonna drive? All right, give me a sec, boys. Okay. You're still gonna eat. All right. So yeah, I mean, our overnight value area held. We broke that. Yeah. So now we're just gonna be monitoring our delta. To be honest, you know what I mean? Just gonna be watching our delta. Our next. Okay. What up, boys? Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? I can't even remember my train of thought. But look, I think we're just gonna let's let this play out. We are inside previous day value. We broke above that overnight value area high. If we do get a retest of it, of overnight value area high, wouldn't be too mad about that. We also would be at a high volume node for that retest. This is 538.50. So if you are looking for an entry again, maybe 538.50, that could be another entry. Again, just like monitoring the delta, you know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be important. Yeah, but I do think this is gonna play out. We will just watch it around the previous day point of control, but so far so good. It doesn't look like we don't have any immediate roadblocks here. We've also filled the gap, you know, so I guess if there was any reason to turn back, this would be it right now. But yeah, but we should be fine, man. Oh yeah, 540, what did we call it? 547, whatever. Point of control, right? 544. 544.25, so 544.25. So I mean, I'm just gonna mark that out. Let's mark it out here. 544.25. All right, 544.25. This is our yeah. $544.25. That's our point of control. So, but yeah, I'll be back. All right, boys, what did I miss? We're still looking pretty good on our delta. We are 13 minutes away from open, so if we can break above this high, 552.25, you know, be pretty happy with that. Let's lock in some profits, yeah. So this is our base hit for the day, overnight value area high. Yeah, you know, I mean, we could come all the way up here, secure close to 500, you know, but yeah, let's keep it at the overnight value area high, just in case I don't know, just in case we come back to that point of control. Which it does look like we're about to do. Delta is pretty good, 3.8. So I mean, if we can break above these, oh look at that, our point of control shifted higher. So that point of control is now 549.75. So should be pretty safe, you know. If our value area high, which is, you know, right at IB right now, if that can shift above IB, if we can start forming value above IB, I'd even be happier with that. But we're so close to the point of control right now. If we can, you know, if we can get to the point of control, that we see. 10 more minutes until initial balance is officially set. We could see a reversal also, because again, you know, initial balance is like pretty close to being set. So if you don't get to the point of control before that, you know, if we can get to the point of control first, get to this previous day point of control, yeah, I'd move my stock to like 550s, honestly. And then, yeah, because that's where we're at now, you know. It's the battle of the 550s right now. So, but yeah, if we hit our point of control, previous day point of control, that'll be cool. We'll secure that, and then yeah, I guess we'll leave some form of a runner, you know. And to be honest, what is this? $5.49. Yeah. All right, previous day point of control, here we go. And yeah, I mean, our delta is still good, so 5.3s. does look like we rejected our value area high from the developing volume profile. It says 553.50 right now. You know, but yeah, we do have a chance of breaking right through this initial balance. You know, if we could break right through this initial balance, maybe even set it a little higher than 553.50 before 10:30 EST. All right, excuse me. And then, you know, might see some more delta stepping in, some more buyers stepping in at initial balance to take this auction higher, you know. Yeah, 564 even wouldn't be a bad place to exit. 564.50 ish. But yeah, the only thing that could like derail our trade right now is if we fail to break that initial balance right once it's set, right? If we fail to break that, then we are going to retrace all the way back to the overnight point of control. So, you know, you have to manage this like very, very carefully. You know, you have to be watching it very carefully, very closely. You know, again, which is why we're paying attention to our delta. You know, paying attention to the delta over here. But either way, I mean, you know, we have secured our base hit for the day, which is pretty cool. You know, and we're risk off, so we're basically just watching this at this point. You know, pretty nice place to be in. Pretty nice place to be in. That's my vape. $553, 25, 553. Delta's at 6,000. Now we just need to maintain a delta above 6,000. At least let's call it 5,500. You know? This could come back at us very quickly. Point of control is still holding though, so maybe 549.50 still holding. Let's mark that up. 549.25. I guess that's where it wants to draw it up. So our value area high is kind of crept just above that initial balance, but 30 or so odd seconds away from initial balance. So let's see what we do here. Our initial balance is 553.75. "20 seconds from initial balance being officially set." Just watch the delta. Watch this number here. All right. So watch this number 6339, whatever it is, and let's watch what happens in the next 5 minutes. Wow. Now, do we go for it or nah? Because the point of control is shifted higher also, so we'll take the stop here. All right, so that's a $500 day. I mean, not bad. We could wait for a retest of this. What is this? Only real entry really is point of control or VWAP. You know, it does look like we might actually go for 529, maybe even 530. Also, you see how delta did shift, eh? How delta did shift lower, so it's not what I want. Maybe this value area low, 543.25 or 540.70, 540.50. Excuse me. Yeah, I've just seen like so many initial balance, type of trades that you just like after seeing it for a while, you just kind of know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it yet. Let me put it like that. But after a while, you just kind of know. You're like, yeah. Once that initial balance is hit, our chances of us coming to the VWAP, that in itself is a trade. Initial balance to VWAP is a trade. So, yeah. But yeah, 540.50. We do have, 540.50. We do have the, what do they call it? That thing that they call. We do have a high volume node, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, right at that POC, eh? Pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, if we can break this level, maybe. If we can stay above this point of control, then yeah, maybe. But VWAP, that looks more likely. I did call 540.50. Right now we are at this high volume node, 544. Maybe a 10-point stop, but yeah, there's not much keeping this up because the VWAP does act like a magnet, so not really worth putting in the risk right now, until you have, until you see something shift for sure, but yeah. Yeah, here we go. Point of control is 552. Can break and close above this. Can break and close above 552. And then, yeah, sure. And we do have some upside. Potentially, Mm. Mm. Delta's picked up, so we're using pretty much, we're using our risk pretty much from, we're using what we made to be in this trade, which, you know, might come back and actually bite us in the ass, but we did reject that point of control. We're at the developing volume profiles point of control. We're close to IB, so, you know, maybe a little upside, maybe. As long as we hold above the point of control, as long as you hold above this, and we can break through the initial balance, then we're good. You know, so I guess maybe 547, maybe there. So we should put our stop. Bit of a knife fight going on here. Let's open this up. I'm gonna open this up. Yeah, I mean, just broke above initial balance. Can we hold above it? This is our test, really. We did get the point of control eventually. Previous day point of control. Did we? It looks like we didn't get it on Motive Wave, but on Trade C we did. So it needs to break 555.25. That's what we're looking at for the break. We actually didn't get it on the ES, but we got it on the MES. So but there still are some, there still are some buyers. Every time it kind of gets to the 4.5s, it gets pushed up. So let's see what happens this time around. Pretty hectic rejection of that though. Pretty strong push down, I'm not gonna lie. I need to put this at overnight value area low because we might actually just come all the way down here. I mean, like, also in hindsight, we could have just taken the day, you know, but we're here now. We are here now, so what we can hope for is that this little down move here was a sweep of liquidity, and we're just looking to sweep liquidity to continue an up move. Yeah, we'd have to see that. Would have to see that change with delta, and yeah, we'd have to see that change with the delta, and also just, I guess, how how the next 11, I guess 10 candles close. Because that will be the first 30 minutes. This is the first 30 minutes after initial balance. So if there are going to be buyers that are going to step in to take this higher, this is them taking or getting some form of liquidity to take the auction higher. So yeah, the fact that we didn't make an insanely strong move to the VWAP is a little encouraging. You know what I mean? Yeah, not the best. I mean, obviously it's not the best thing to be in drawdown, and we really could have been a little more patient, maybe looked at taking this, or possibly taking this around maybe 30 minutes after the after initial balance was set. But we did have causality for our entry. Our entry was just above the point of control. You know what I mean? So yeah, we were around about what here, looking at seeing that point of control hold. I am using the risk that the money that we made earlier to make this trade. So that's what we're targeting. We're targeting previous day value area high, maybe just slightly below. But yeah, let's see if we can hold. Let me zoom this out for you guys so that you can see what's actually going on over here. If we can break above the previous day point of control and the initial balance, then we do have a good case for going higher. But delta needs to step in. We need to see buyers step in. But yeah, I mean, we still do have a little more time. Let's actually see what is happening on our composite. Yeah, see, we're above our point of control again. This is 548 now. That's overlapping. Our value area high currently is overlapping with the previous day point of control. So yeah, and we're targeting 566.75. Which makes sense. Again, if you're just looking at the composite, this is what we're targeting. We're targeting this value area high. Trying to hold for the 600 to be greedy, and to be honest, I do not have the bandwidth to do that today. I generally do not have the energy to do that today. I mean, I could do another 2-hour stream, but I would much rather not. I mean, we could look at this. Let's look at this on a 30-minute chart. This is what we're doing so far. First 30, that's our open. This is our, 10:30 candle. Well, this is our 10:30 candle, all right? So. $551, that's our 551.75, that's our point of control. Hey boss, why is the delta not shifting? Yeah, I guess also we'll just see how this 5-minute candle closes, man. And yeah, if we get a bullish close, we'll have more causality to hold. Yeah, because we do have sellers at the bottom of it. See, we have these big sellers, 125 at the bottom of that candle. So if we can close this 5-minute candle above them, above 550.25, that would be fantastic. But yeah, a minute and a half before the first 30 minutes after IB. Yeah, they look like they've got some result. It's not great for us. Uh, 30 seconds before that 30-minute. Yeah, let me switch on the light. Jesus, it's getting a little dark here. Excuse me. But yeah, let's see the intent of these big market participants. What do they want to do? 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Such a silly game. We're risk-free on this trade. Yeah. So. Yeah. I think I'm gonna call it a day, boys. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I don't wanna be involved in this chop anymore, and I'm happy with what we made today. Yeah, I'm happy with what we made today. Not too bad of a day, so. Also, I've been here for what, an hour 40 something minutes. The whole point of me doing this is to also be in control of my own time. So, surely, I mean, if we had held this a little longer, of course, we would have eventually. What time did we get stopped? What time did we get to stop? 16:30. If we had held this until for another 15 minutes, we were gonna be good. But this is probably gonna do previous day value area high now. Yeah, just not too excited to be involved in this. I'm gonna lock the account now. Yeah, I'm gonna lock the account and then we're gonna journal it. Good thing about today is that our account is finally out of drawdown. Jesus, that took some time. Look at that. We're 50. I don't know if you can see this on. Yeah, but like, look at that. 50,332. Account 1 is on 51,181. Take it and take it. Yeah, I mean, this probably is gonna go hit previous day value area high now, so I mean, we can stick around and watch just for entertainment purposes, but I made 500 from the day, so I'm good. Whatever happens. That's gonna be me for the day. Thank you very much for watching me on stream. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna journal this now. 754550. Sorry, my mind is like I've got the mind of a bunny. 75450. 754550. Oh, why didn't you hold it? Why didn't you hold the trade and take it for everything that was bro. It'd be like that sometimes. Um, it'd be like that sometimes. I'm okay with what I made today. Yeah, I'm okay with what I made today. We took a trade from overnight point of control all the way to somewhere around here. It's like 20 something points ish. Is it 20 points? Nah, whatever number of points it is, man. We did that today, so we'll be back tomorrow, same time. Tomorrow's the last day of the week because we don't have a stream. We don't have a stream on Friday because it's 4th of July celebrations in the United States of America. So aye. Okay. Shop. Yeah, this has been the longest goodbye ever. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 9:15 EST. That's 9:15 New York time. You adjust that accordingly to your time zone. And yeah, that's gonna be it from me, boys and girls. I'll catch you. Yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Let me journal this. Make sure if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Leave me a like also on the video so that I know you were here. And also you can check out my Substack. The link's in my bio somewhere on YouTube, and follow me on X also. Yeah.